Hello ladies and gentlemen, Yessik here again today to bring you another episode of Let's Play Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. And the village chief has something to say to us. Well, here we are again, kid. The Lagiacrus have surfaced again, and this time is headed right for us. Ah, who am I kidding? It's headed right for you. And boy is it mad. Guess it took that last stomping personally, hey? Good news is, you're evenly matched as far as I can tell. All you need is to win this one is a little confidence. Oh, being armed to the teeth would help too. Mosey on over to the quest counter when you're ready. I'm rooting for you, kid. You took the beast before. You can take it again. So, you might notice I'm also wearing a jaggy skirt now. It's because I was trying to farm Rathian Plate, which is a 10% drop, and I just got unlucky. I fought it several times and have not managed to get the Rathian Plate. So instead, I'm going to equip this, and I'm also going to be using myself a new spear that I finally managed to make. This is the ML001 Balsanger, and it is a regular spear, except it does not look anything like a regular spear. Actually, it looks pretty fucking unlike a regular spear. It looks like a gun spear, but it's not, a gun lance. I guess I should be calling them by their proper name. You might be wondering what was with the drought of videos for the last couple days. Well, yesterday I was doing a huge live stream and playing tabletop games with a couple friends. And today I had to meet up with a couple other friends, and I really wanted to be here playing video games, but you know, sometimes you just have to be social. Blech. Anyways, gonna use Defender High here. I figured out if you use Queen Shrimp and Heaven Bread, you always get Defender High as a fixed skill, and Defender High is insanely useful. So the Lagiacrus is bad against fire, which is why I'm using this lance. It actually has a staggeringly high amount of fire damage, and a pretty staggering amount of damage in general. So if I were to go to items here, and not to items, to equipment, and check this out, it has 345 attack and 210 fire attack. And the amount of sharpness it has is also goddamn ridiculous. So I like this spear a lot. I have my bonuses. Do I have my potions? Do I have my orange crush? Okay, yeah, I have 10 potions as well. Am I full on stuff? Recently I've been forgetting to empty out my inventory a lot. No, and I only have 8 mega potions, but that should be all I need. I also have 2 trank bombs and no traps. So, believe it or not, I want to capture this little fucker. So I'm going to combine items in here. I have trap tools, and I don't have the bug that I need. Well, damn. God damn them all. I'd been told we'd sail the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. But I'm a broken man on Halifax Pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. And I sing that song a lot. If you're wondering what it's about some privateers that were basically shanghaied from their home villages with promises of like fame and fortune in the New World. And they were generally in sea for like several years, like 2-3 years at a time. This specific one lost both his legs to a cannon shot. Yeah, so kind of a sad song. The other thing I want to do is remove another item and get 1 shock trap here. I have 5 shock traps left. I'll need to possibly buy some more flash bugs some other time, or lightning bugs as they may be. So got myself a new webcam, very excited about it. So during the streams, and if you guys are not joining me for the streams, you fucking should. That's Twitch TV/YessikZeke. I will have a brand new, nice, awesome face cam. So let's fell the Lagiacrus here. I'm fairly certain it does not like fire too much. So this lance is perfect. Used to beat this Lagiacrus with hammer all the time because, well, fire hammer was the first hammer I could really get by fighting Rathalos and Rathian a lot. So it was easy to beat it with, and it was the first fire weapon I could get offline. I also didn't used to play online very often. Now I play online all the goddamn time. So let's get the paintballs. Apparently flash bombs are functional against the Lagiacrus, although I did not know that before. So I'm assuming it's going to start in Area 5, even though it usually doesn't. Or maybe it's actually going to hang out and wait for me in 10. No, it could be in 10 this time. Apparently it's here for a grudge match. I also have Gourmand, so if I eat 1 ration, I actually get max health. I got Gourmand just by picking up a talisman or an amulet, I forget what they're called, during a quest. So that's just complete luck of the draw. And Gourmand is fairly good, but it's definitely not an ideal talisman to be carrying. Really what I should have at this moment is auto block, but I don't. It's kind of hilarious that the lance that looks the most like a gun lance in the game is not a gun lance. Kind of silly. Kind of sorta silly. Come on, Lagiacrus. I know you want to rumble. Rumble in the air-conditioned auditorium, as you might say. As I might say. See, that is clearly its goddamn rumbling face. Just trying to injure yourself on some of those stone pillars? Is that what you're trying to do? So my fire weapon should actually do a substantial amount of damage to this. It is very weak against fire if I remember properly, and also dragon, I think. But it is very, very hard to get an early game dragon weapon unless you feel like farming bugs. Apparently if you farm lots of Banabras and Alteroths? Alteroths is what they're called. You can get a dragon weapon very early in the game. You can also get this really awesome set of armor that looks like you're some sort of vampire nobility. Kind of fun. You're going to notice me. I'm going to freeze up for a second. Oh, apparently I'm not going to freeze up for a second, but I probably will once you roar at me. Oh man, I forgot how quick this was. So with the lance, I have not actually used the lance yet. You have like a charging attack that you can do by shielding and pressing X. You also have a counter that you can do, so if you get hit during your counter, just by holding the block and pressing A, if you're hit during the counter, you do a charged attack that does considerably more damage than a regular strike, so let's do that one more time. And you also have just the triple shot, and if you jump back after doing a triple shot, you can do the triple shot again much faster than you normally would. You have the triple low shot, and you also have the triple high shot with the A button, where you aim upwards. One more interesting thing, you get to charge. It takes up a lot of stamina, but it does cross you across the map fairly quickly, and you don't have to put away your weapon to do it, as you normally do in order to swim at any speed underwater. So let's see, here's where I use it. Some people would use it elsewhere, but I actually hit him several times there. It also blunts your weapon really fast if you actually hit with it, so it's good to watch out, not overuse that ability too much. And breakable parts on this, you can cut off its tail, you can break its horns, you can break both its claws, and you can break its stomachs. I'm fairly certain I've told you this already, but always good to repeat myself, especially when it comes to strategies, because to get the full Lagiacrus sets, or to get any of the good weapons, you are actually going to have to do all those things. You can also end your charge prematurely in an attack by tapping X. So you might be like, man, you seem pretty damn knowledgeable about the spear. And yes, because lance was my original favorite weapon. I don't do the hop back anywhere near as much as I should, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm pretty fucking baller with a lance. Unfortunately, no earplugs currently, and no one to give me fake earplugs. Let's use a counter here, and oh, completely whiffed on that counter. And completely whiffed on that counter too. Oh well, forgot how defensive I am with a lance. Barely taken any damage so far. Now I'm definitely better at using the gun lance so far. You can also do a shield bash with the gun lance, which I don't think I can actually do underwater. So if you want to do knockout damage with the gun lance, you can, but it's very slow knockout damage. You get the hell over here. There we go. So if you want to clear the distance fast, that is the best way to do it. You just charge, and then you can kind of adjust your aim underwater. And then shields up! I didn't put my shields up in time. Sometimes it's dangerous, however, because of this. Okay, yeah, here we go. Take my first major damage of this fight. Managed to just get my shield up in time there, I'm fairly certain. Let's throw a couple counters in. That counter for some reason didn't work at all. Shield, okay. It actually has two versions of this. It does that attack when it's enraged, and it can also do a much more extreme version of that attack. I'm fairly certain I broke something there, but I'm not sure what. And the more extreme version of that attack has a lot more range to it, but it is very fortunately blockable. Let's throw a counter up. Oh. And here is the other thing you have to know about. Now I am lightning bladed. This makes all future lightning damage do more damage in total. Fortunately, this doesn't have many attacks that can actually attack through shields, and it is leaving me alone now. So I can drink my first aid meds. Probably two of them should be good enough. And take a null berry just to completely nullify this stupid lightning blight that I got myself into. And move on. So this might be a shorter episode because in an episode where I fight the Lagiacrus, I'm very unlikely to do anything else. Just because Lagiacrus, despite not being the headliner fight of this game, is kind of one of the more difficult fights in the game. Well, up to this point. And it continues to be a fairly difficult and long fight until basically the end of the game. I'd say it takes longer than almost half the other monsters in the game, like the Diablos, which we fight after this, and some monsters which I haven't fought yet. I don't know. Don't know about those, though. Can't really speak for those monsters. Come on. Get the fuck over here. This is why I like the charge so much. Don't have to deal with this. Uh-oh. Okay, managed to get my shield up in time. Apparently I'm running out of air, though. Shield? Okay, apparently I wasn't even in range to be hit by that. So I'm going to do the upwards attack, maybe try to break its back, so you can get the Carapace. Carapace, highly valuable item, probably one of its rarer drops, but you can get it fairly easily if you manage to break the Carapace. But spears are not that great for breaking or cutting. Although some people can often cut tails with them, but I don't care to focus my damage that closely. Like I said, if I want to farm items, I will generally do it online anyway, so we'll have a whole team of people breaking and cutting things. Or at least somebody to distract it while you break and cut its tails. So that was the shield bash you just saw me do there. Apparently I can do it by holding forward and pressing X underwater. Come on. Ragey Lagiacrus is ragey. Enraged Lagiacrus is enraged. Okay. That was actually kind of a rough block. Almost didn't make it in time. My main problem with the spear underwater is your attacks are always very straightforward and not angled anywhere. Like you don't attack up and around as you do with most other weapons in the game. So sometimes it's harder to hit underwater. I was just trying to unload my weapon on him. That didn't work. Fortunately, the Lagiacrus is very much after Cha-Cha at the moment, which I do not mind at all. Managed to miss me there. I realize that my weapon sharpness is down, but I'm doing a lot of damage at present, and I don't care to end that trend. End the trend of fending the Vens. Okay, didn't take damage there, but I did get water bladed. To be honest, I did not know the Lagiacrus could actually water blight you, so that is a complete shock to me. I thought it was lightning blight only. Now, if it wasn't enraged, it's very enraged. And like I said, you can tell when the Lagiacrus is enraged because its back is glowing. Or I'm not sure if I said that, but if I didn't, now I have said it, so, you know, that's always a good thing. Remember that's one of those things I say all the time? Behind a monster is often the safest place to be in a fight. Because behind the monster, it can't really get a hold of you and it can't spin very fast. So quite often dodge rolling into the monster in question is the best thing to do. So that is a move you definitely want to dodge as it does a fuck ton of damage. And whetstone time, very quickly, sharpen this lance. It is focused on Cha-Cha, now it's focused on me. Now, ow. Sharpness at maximum, but I did take a hit there for it. If you are smart and not me, you will actually get the fuck out of the area that the Lagiacrus is in. To be honest, I think they've actually changed its behavior patterns underwater and made its charges much longer, because I do not remember it doing this in the previous game. I say the previous game, but really in between Try and this there were several games. You still raging? Yep. So that is its second form of that ability. That one has a lot more range in it. No. Oh, I saw that coming. Sorry, that's the second form of that ability. And I'm not sure if it's still doing things. It seems to be after Cha-Cha for now, but I did heal. And fortunately it didn't do a lightning attack. Lightning Blight, all it does is make you weak against other lightning attacks. So let's try to get the hell out of here. Oh, man. Being comboed to hell. And back. Possibly even in a handbasket. I don't even understand that expression. Of course, it seems to have actually debuffed some of its attacks that go backwards, like attacks that go all around. So I do not mind the buffs they gave it. Actually, I don't mind any of the changes of this game. They've actually made the early game much easier by actually giving you defense instead of, you know, not. So it is running back into Area 1. I think it might want to go on land, so I'm going to give it some time to actually go do that and have myself a drink. Have myself a real good time. Little drink of water. And move on. I'm trying to get down, but I'm moving up. I'm trying to get down, but I'm moving up. Wow. Something about a crab in a bucket. I have never really liked that song. Ever since I was a young boy, I didn't really like that song, so I think it is indeed on land. Now, it can fire lightning into the water even when it's on land, so I'd better be careful about that. But fortunately, the Lagiacrus is actually pathetic as shit when it's on land, so maybe fighting it will actually be considerably easier. Let us see. Oh, Jesus, no! Yeah, so he was probably just standing there doing that the whole time. And the Lagiacrus is hungry, so it should fall over here and there. I think the Lagiacrus falls over anyways. And let's get its tail. And its tail is off already. I was actually not expecting that. I didn't think I had done enough damage to its tail. If I had the hammer, I would now focus on its back, but as I don't have the hammer, I think horns or face is the best I can do. So it's firing that. I can get a couple of hits off on its face. I'm gonna wait for it to charge me here, because I'm not willing to actually... Okay. It's attacking Cha-Cha now. I will do a charge forward, try to get a couple damage done. And the face... To be honest, I'm not sure if I've broken the horns already or not. I don't know the animation, but I will be able to tell if I do it. Especially if it's on land. Sometimes you miss those animations in the water. It did a tiny bit of damage there. I noticed Defender High. Did I actually miss Defender High? So it's running away. I can actually capture it now. I'm not going to go after its horns because of that, and I'm going to go ahead and end the fight here. Once the cap is off, it is basically a done deal, and you have won the fight. Especially because you can go into the next area and be absolutely sure to place the trap in front of its sleeping area. Or you could actually just wait for it to go into its sleeping area and kill it. Because you do some extra bonus damage, and it takes it a little while to wake up. So now that I think of it, I may want to do in order for the chance to break the horns. So if I don't go all out in the fight here, there is actually a chance that I could block. Those attacks do a lot of damage, and lightning resist is uncommon at best, and I think I actually have weakness to lightning on this armor because the Lagiacrus is actually, or the Rathian is actually bad against armor. It is after Cha-Cha, but not in rage. It's just charging around a lot more than usual here. I guess I may accidentally kill it here, but I ended up in Area 10. I'm assuming I got knocked back to it. And this fight has gone surprisingly well. I'm impressed. Maybe this weapon is better than I thought. Generally, I've been using gun lance because level 3 shots with Wyvern Fire are OP as... Oh, I was holding block. That is bullshit. So any time now, it is probably going to start running away. cannot go too far into there, so... So it's running away again. It's going to be going to its nesting area. Now, I'm going to place a trap in its nesting area after it falls asleep. I'm also going to use my last nullberry because I hate carrying no nullberries. So I'm going to place a trap, but I'm not going to place it right underneath it because I want to try to break its head. That's why I wasn't going very intense on that fight there. So if I can get maybe 3 or 4 free shots off on its head before I capture it, that would be ideal. So let's wait a couple seconds. Yeah, anyways, I'm sorry about the drought of content in the last couple days. It's been a busy weekend. I've been organizing things. I've been getting new equipment for myself. Specifically this webcam that I see in front of me. This webcam. Right here. Sup. Anyways, yeah, that's the webcam. And I am really excited about it. Actually records in quite high quality. So yeah, I'm planning on doing more of those board game live streams that I was doing. Except I'm going to get a longer table, get a camera set us up with a webcam each that records just our hand. We'll each have like a DM board. I'm very excited about it. So you can actually place the trap like directly underneath the Lagiacrus. But that is a bad idea considering what I want to do. So let's place it right here. The longer it sleeps, the more health it recovers. So always better to place it, or to not let it sleep very long. Did I see the horns break? Yes, I did see the horns break. So there's the broken horns right there. I am paralyzed, unfortunately. So now I just have to wait. I have to just draw it into the corner, quite possibly by just standing in the corner or by it backing up into the corner. Then throw 2 of these. And objectives complete, motherfuckers. Was that my only 2? Did I only bring 2 trank bombs? Well, shame on me, I gotta say. Let's try to kill a couple of these Banabras while we wait here. It's not like I get any carves. You actually get less items by capturing, but you get rarer items in general. So I always go for the capture whenever I can, or whenever I feel like it, I guess. And whenever you have extra time, you might as well run over to the nearest mining point and start mining away, because extra iron, extra macrolite, always very useful. Especially if you want to make a new weapon from scratch. Ah, I did that accidentally. My knee hit my mouse, I'm sorry about that. And my mouse was on top of the display camera button. So, I'm sorry about that. I apologize. But I enjoyed the quest. I had a good time. Let's see what the villagers have to say about what just happened. I bet they gotta say, man, you are such a fucking pushover. You goddamn suck at this game. Or something of that sort. Send item box. I get Lagiacrus hides. This is a Monster Bone Plus. 2 claws. So apparently I did break his claw, or maybe not. I don't know. These are usually the break rewards down here. So Wyvern Claw, Monster Bone Medium, Lagiacrus Scale, Wyvern Horn, Lagiacrus Horn. So I did break its horn, indeed. Wyvern Claws are good for a lot of things as well. So this is a new record for my longest, or for my shortest Lagiacrus? No, for the longest Lagiacrus. Beat it by a full 100, or full 100 centimeters, so full 1 meter longer. Of course, I don't think it was quite as big as the last Lagiacrus I fought, so probably wasn't the same Lagiacrus as in the Repel quest. Save my progress? Fuck yeah, I will save my progress. I've saved 1,000 progresses, I apologize. Uh-oh. The earth it be quaking. The screen it be shaking. The earth it be quaking, the screen it be shaking. I'm not sure why I'm singing in a westerny voice. Fucking elder has a nice scar over his eye. I wonder what they gotta say about that earthquake. You. Everyone, calm down. Get a hold of yourself. Be honest with me, kid. Were you hunting the Lagiacrus? Did it escape? Are you sure you finished the job? I caught it for you guys. Or you say you took it, alright. Believe you. But then, one of the blazes causing these earthquakes. Guess I can't blame it, the Lagiacrus, can I? The last quake was severe, to say the least. Another unlike that, and we might be sleeping with the fishes. Well, I for one won't sit here and wait to be put in my watery grave. It's never too late until it is, which it's not. Stand back, kid. We may need your hunting skills when the time comes, which it hasn't, but it might, so there. Well, that was confusing. What have you got to say to me? Seems like Moga Village's proverbial milk is about to spoil. We are doomed, yeah. Mais non. In hard times such as these, the culinary gifted have a duty, and that is to provide comfort food. Prepare to dine, good hunter. My dishes are about to move one step closer to perfection. Yeah. Care to dine? Hells yeah. I pay for a meal. Need to get queen shrimp and heaven bread. These are my two very, very favorite. Oh yeah, it's if I do frying. And I can also get woodsman here, which pickaxes and bugs nets do not break as easily, so that's always good as well. Good daily skill. Sunday is skilly. Your hours are skillful. Dearest, the shadows I live with are skillular. Did you take it out like this is our... I'm okay, must calm down. Inhale, exhale. Okay, I'm okay now. Not worrying about it. Thanks to you, my heart rate is back to normal human ranges. So let's talk about it. Since you wowed the guild again, they gave you a clearance for a new hunting ground. This one ought to get you fired up. The volcano. Thing is, I've got some unrelated bad news too. Listen close, okay? The other day, the guild issued an evacuation order for the entire village, and that includes you and me. Can you believe it? Right now I have some leeway, but if I tell them about the last earthquake, they'll stop giving quests for sure. Isn't evacuating the same as condemning the village? Shouldn't we at least find out what's causing the quakes? I feel all conflicted, or maybe I'm just hungry. So I get a new tier of quests. I'm pretty sure it actually goes up to rank 7 in single player now. So these are not all the remaining ranks. Harvest Tour, Lord of the Seas, capture a Lagiacrus. I just did that, so that was not too much of a problem for me. I also have a few more regular hunts to do here. I think I have 20 baggy, a Giganox to fight, which I will definitely do. Capture a Rathian, Hunter Killer, and that is it. So I think next turn next time I'm going to finish off Royal Rumble and Creeping Venom for you guys. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.